Yes, it's the 8th of May, 3 minutes after 8, 2025 on the Thursday. We are live on Zoom as a session on trade setups. Good evening, Butle. How are you doing?
Hi, President. How are you?
Good. Welcome to session namhlanje. I'm hoping you will gain something, and I'm hoping ukuthi you'll have a bit more understanding. Yes, because you are still on the theory part, but so far, kukanjani? Are you catching up? Are you managing to learn with the Zoom
Yeah,
sessions?
most definitely. That's why when I'm alone, I get to at least have an idea when we've already spoken about it in the session.
Okay, okay, all right, okay. Have you been through the homework?
Not yet.
Okay, no problem. Welcome also. We've got Tandegile is joining us also on the session. Welcome, Tandegile. I think Lulama is also joining us. Okay, so have you have you attempted to do any analysis?
No, for me, the thing is that I'm doing a lot of things, so I'm still, I wasn't giving myself pressure. I'm still on the theory. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to finish. Yeah.
Okay, so on the theory part, what are you currently working on?
So there was a class that I got. There is like repeating things that we speak about. It's almost similar, supply and demand.
Okay.
How to sell a block, I think, um, flip-flop zones and stuff. But it's the stuff that we talk about, and it was like 15 hours for me to finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's perfect. Okay.
So it's just to
Welcome.
get a deep understanding.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Welcome also Mhlongo Lulama on the session. Okay, Lulama, mate.
Yes, President. Good evening, guys. How are you doing, guys?
We good. Somehow I'm still waiting
Good
for
evening,
us.
guys. Good evening.
Somehow for Lulam, I'm still waiting. Maybe you can maybe have a session for us talking about property because I've seen you posting about property that you're currently selling. And I've also seen you talking about cryptocurrencies.
Can you hear me there?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm not sure. I think we can all hear you.
Can you hear me that side?
Yes. Okay, should we type?
Hello, Sanbona. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, no. I wasn't hearing you before, but I could sound it sounded like someone is saying something, but it wasn't clear.
Okay.
Good evening, guys.
Yeah, I was saying, is it possible that perhaps one of these days, even if you're not, you can share info regarding the properties? I've seen you posting, you selling property. Maybe some of the things that one needs to be aware of if they are buying or they want to venture into property.
Okay, would you want me to send it directly to you?
No, you can maybe host like a Zoom session. You can just give us just info.
Oh, okay. I'll have to come up with a plan to do that, but it shouldn't be a problem.
All right, we appreciate very much.
Oh, all right, sure then.
All right. Okay.
All right, sure thing.
Yeah, you can, if you never know, maybe one of the, if you got some property that you currently maybe selling, maybe you can get a buyer within, or maybe it's maybe one of the colleagues within the Zoom session is looking, or maybe look, they want to sell even their own property.
Yeah, no, I've actually thought of sharing with some of the traders, but our rules do not allow us to share other things other than the market.
Trade.
Yeah. So just
So,
create something that you can do like a short presentation, just a brief. If you want to sell a property, this is what you need. If you want to buy a property, this is what you need. These are some of the types of real estate investment that you can do or that you're currently offering. If somebody wants to know more information, share your contact details, even your social media pages.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, man. I need to come up with that. It's actually a brilliant idea.
Okay. 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 Thanks. I think I saw something gonna say appreciates. Okay, okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. All right. So tonight business. Tonight the main focus is it's on trade setups. Okay. I think the last session we did speak about. I think we spoke about. I think the fake out and also the QML. So what we're gonna do is I'm thinking let's do more of some of the trade setups. I don't know why somebody's calling me and I'm on the session. Yo, okay. Sorry about that. Somebody's giving me a call while I'm on the session, and I don't know why. Somehow it's interfering with the Zoom.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, so I think just to give a bit of an intro, so a setup is one of the instruction of a price action that you can clearly see on the MT4. So a setup is also a signal for a market direction. So a setup can be, it's a way, it's what you see on your platform. That can be your MT4, it can be your trade view, whatever you use to analyze, or MT5. So when you see a setup, it's a signal maybe for a buy or a sell, or maybe it means it's not the right time to trade. Okay, so it's either a signal for you to enter for a buy, or a signal for you to enter for a sell, or a signal that this is a time for you to wait. Okay, the best thing you can do once you know exactly what you're looking for, you can also do not trade what you are not looking for. Okay, if you're going fishing and you're looking for a fish, if you catch a frog, you don't take it out. You bring it back to the river or whatever you're fishing on. Okay, so what I mean is, if you know exactly what you're looking for in the market, it's easy to know what you're not looking for. Okay, so a reason you have to have a setup is because a setup gives us a confident for our entry. We are more confident with our entry because trading is very risky. Hence, we have to wait for a setup. So to reduce our risk, we have to wait for a setup. And obviously, in all our setup, we must know where is gonna be our stop loss and where is gonna be our take profit. Okay, there are many type of setups if you are trading. So there are many type of configuration we can use as an entry. We can use a Quasimodo setup. I think we've spoke about this. I think a lot of I think all our post is currently posting a lot of setup regarding the QML. So Quasimodo level. There's also a fake out setup. I think we've seen that couple of times. There's also a bullish or a bearish engulfing setup. So these setups, they help us to know that this is a time to enter, or you wait until a setup is complete. When I say complete, I mean the price is right in your entry point, is right in the point where it is best for you to enter the market. Okay. So what I do normally, I will normally highlight using a yellow or a green marker just to highlight the zone. So I call those zone my strike zone, my entry zone. Okay, for example, here you got here, this is a basic setup of a QML. I think we spoke about this last week. I'll also share with all the colleagues that are on this Zoom call. I'll also share with you guys one of the PDF that talks about the QML, so you can have more understanding of the QML, because it's one of the most powerful setup you can see, or you can understand, or you can know. You know, once you know a setup, it's easy for you to enter trade, you know, because you like, I'm looking for this. If it's not there, I'm not trading. If it's there, I will wait for it to come to, for example, here, you've got here a QML level on number 2. So you wait for a price. After a price is touched at number 5, which is a lower low, you wait for the price to place a sell on this trade or on this instrument, which is USD JPY. You wait for the market to go to level number 6, I mean, which is where you're going to enter, okay? Because a setup is complete when you see this movement. Number one is this low. Number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 is this lower low. Number 6, and that number 6 must be in line with that QML level or that hidden order level, okay? That hidden order level, I will explain it on another session, but what is important for you to understand that a basic setup of a QML, you will have a low, which is that number 3, and then you'll have a lower low, that is number 5. And then that number 6 is in line with number 2, which is your high, and then number 4 is your higher, that is a higher high, which is pretty much higher than number 2, okay? So this is just a basic setup. I'll share with you guys one of the PDF that briefly, that explains exactly about the QML, okay? Because it's pretty important, because even the fake out that we have spoken about on the last session, whereby you see a market touching a level, you know, that R1, resistance number 1, resistance number 2, touching the same level for more than 3 times, this fake out is also can be part of a QML. Okay, so a fake out setup is very nice. So it's a very nice trade, because you can enter a buy what the market is moving towards above those resistance level, and then you can enter a sell just above on the supply zone. Okay, I'm hoping I am making a bit of sense. Okay, so I'm gonna just run down. So, and I think a swap zone, we did speak about this one, is where a supply becomes a demand. Okay, and then we've got another setup. I think support is where support becomes a resistance. Okay, I think the more examples we do, the better understanding you will have. Okay, I think a flag limit we haven't spoken about. I think we haven't spoken about this one. So basically, a flag limit is where the market has been moving. Let's say, for example, here, this is NZD USD, okay? The NZD USD, you can see that the red candles, it's been dropping. And suddenly, there's a green candle signaling a bullish movement. Then after that, there's a drop, okay? What normally will happen, the market is more likely to come back and touch that level and then make a further drop, okay? I think another setup that I would like to highlight is compression, okay? So compression is one of a key setup that is very important, that when you see it, most of the time, you get a compression like this one. Is almost like a spring or like a staircase. I'll show you what I mean by this. So a compression sometimes is when there's gonna be a speech, you know, maybe president is gonna be speaking maybe at a certain, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, or perhaps like yesterday, there was a FOMC, you know, the chairman was speaking, so he was speaking. So when people like when people that are very important, like the governor of the Reserve Bank, they're speaking, chances are you're gonna see compression. So that compression is basically building up orders, buy orders, sell orders, trapping traders both sides. I'll show you what I mean by that within the charts. Okay. So after that speech, perhaps if sometimes it's not a speech, sometimes it's a news report, economic data reports. Maybe employment numbers are going to be released, let's say 2:30, if it's NFP. Before that release, you will see compression. Suddenly, a report is in, then you see that bullish movement. Okay. So what I want to do is let's do some examples so that you can have a bit more understanding about this. Okay, that the beautiful thing that we do in terms of setups is that understanding a setup is going to make you, especially with the live trades. I love it when you do it with the live trades. Okay, for example, I think we did speak about gold for some time now. I think we've spoken about gold for quite some time. Okay, remember we did speak that number one, there is a setup that we call it a bullish engulfing. Okay, for example, here you can see gold. This is a bullish engulfing. Obviously the first candle is this one here. The black candle. The black candle. This is our demand zone. After that, you saw a bullish candle moving up. What happens? There was this movement here. Then suddenly, the market push further up. Okay. So what happens here was this push, and then there was this push, and then there was this push. So this is what bullish engulfing, pushing further up. You can see the price is slowly dropping. Also here, this is a bearish engulfing. Okay, this is bearish engulfing. You can see after a bearish engulfing, what do we expect? We expect the price to go there and then make a drop. Okay, it's important to note. Remember, I think the first session, I think one of the session that we did where we spoke about the highs. So this is the high, this is the low, this is the high. Now the market came back retesting that level. So this here is a setup that we call it a bearish engulfing. So a bearish engulfing respecting the market when it comes back to that level, expecting a sell. So if you place a sell there, obviously you are in the money already. From there was a nice drop. So this here, the white candle in combination with the black candle, this is a bearish engulfing, but your entry is right about there. Your entry is right about here. So the market is basically, once it's touched here, you're expecting the price to go there, and then you enter a sell right here, and then you can see there what happens. The market came back to this exactly at the body of the white candle. Just mark the white candle. You can see there was an entry, then there was this drop. If you mark this level of drop, you can see, it's a very, over 1,000 pips. So that's a good number. Okay, that's good money. Good money. That's good money. Obviously, if you've been holding this trade, you are in good money. All right, let's just go to 1 hour and 30. The reason I'm going there, I just want to show you what happens. Just do a bit of a breakdown. Smaller time frame. Okay, you can see there a bearish engulfing the price. What happens there? Can you see this? Can you see these moles? So these small zones, these are your, for example, we can call this your R1. The price came back, and then R2. You can see price came back, and then R3. And then when the price now is dropping again, now what happens? The price goes above there. So this is M30. So after that, then there was a drop. Okay, the price dropped below this level here. Okay, so this here, this what happens here? this level here is what we call a fake out zone. Fake out zone. So obviously a nice buy here from this level to there to the top was gonna give you very nice over 500 pips, okay, which is nice, okay, because you are seeing what? You're seeing this fake out zone here. You are seeing this fake out zone. Okay, okay. Is it clear what when I say R1, R2, R3? Is it clear? Because I don't wanna explain something and okay, let me just write it down. Okay, so this here we're gonna call this R1, R1. Okay, so this is our R1. Okay, and this one here is gonna be our R2. So with the fake out, it can be at the beginning, it can be there's a middle fake out, and then there is an ending fake outs. I'll show you examples what I mean by this. So this one here is a middle fake out. Okay, so you can see there. Okay, let me just remove these ones. Okay, is it clear? Should we do more examples, or this is enough of an example for a fake out? Okay, so after that drop, then there was this drop here. Okay, remove that. So you can see these levels. So this level, this is the first level. The reason this level here is what people will call it FCR, but I'll explain on another session what I mean by that. So this is R1 coming back again, R2 coming back again, R3. Then from there, this is a demand level. The price moved further up and touching that level, which is marked obviously as our bearish engulfing. Okay, so here what do? We enter, this is our supply zone. So this is our supply. So in supply, what do we have? We've got a sell entry. Sell entry. Okay, I think we've marked this on the higher time frame. So when the price, so I think this is clear on what, 4 hour. I think this was 4 hour. So the price, number one, it dropped and broke this low. Okay, you can see there, and it reacted on this level here on the side. Okay, let me move this here. So there was a bit of a reaction on that level. So this level here, it's another demand zone. So we saw a reaction. So after that reaction, there was this movement here. Okay, because we need to break it down. So there was this movement here, a pullback. Okay, so this pullback now is coming back to this in line with that level. What happens there? And then another further drop. Okay, so if you understand also this thing about a setup, when the market breaks a level, for example, the market touches level, broke below, coming back to retest, you can see now this was like a support level. Just right there. I'm gonna write support. A support level is what we call a floor. Okay, so this was support, and now on the other side, after coming back, it is now resistance level. So there was a flip. Okay, now a resistance level. Okay, so the market broke, retest, break on this level, come back, retesting on this zone, and then go back, go there, drop, and it broke below this level. What's gonna happen now? It might react on a next, which is move this. It might react. Okay, so you might see after breaking this level here, quickly zoom in. So after breaking, you can see there, this level, number 1, number 2. Let's call those levels, let's call this S1, support level number 1, support level number 1, and let's call the other level support level number 2. Okay, we're gonna leave gold now. Okay, so what happens? After breaking a level, the price is more likely to react to the next what? Demand, which is this one here, and then come back to that level. If it does, it can make also a further drop towards that level over there. Okay, is this clear? Am I making? Yeah. Okay, I'm having a bit of a network issue, but okay. Okay, is it can we go on a higher time frame so we can see? So if you go on a higher time frame, you can see there this level that we've marked. It's also this level here, this level. So let me just show you what I mean. What am I referring to? This level here. So this level here, it's bullish engulfing. So this level here also bullish engulfing. So expecting the price to touch that level, react there, then make a further drop. Okay, let's do an example on another pair. Okay, this is okay. This is Euro USD. Okay, smaller time frame. Okay, okay, let's go on 15. Okay, not much of a clear setup, but what I'm seeing here, the market breaks a level once again. Okay, so break a level, drop, and it also broke this level and make another drop. Okay, let's go on H4. So on H4, this one, I think I was expecting Euro USD to come back to this level. I was expecting Euro USD to come back to this level. Okay. Okay, remember, I think we did mark this one. So after, because I was saying this level here, so I did mark this level. So I was saying that the price is gonna move above this level, then touch that level, and then make a drop. Okay. But now, what happens? The price is still around these zones. Okay. So I think the analysis we've done previously was if you take that as a high and you take this as a low, this one here is a low, and you take the Fibonacci from this low to that high, what are we looking for? We're looking for the 50 and the 60 level. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're looking for. I'm gonna remove everything. Okay, remember, always use what you know. Sometimes you get confused by learning hundreds of strategies. It's best to use what you know. Okay, so now we're looking for this price to react in this zone between the 50 and the 60 of the Fibonacci, and it's already there. Okay, what are we looking at? You can see there a flag limit. So this one here. Suddenly, there is a doji in the middle of a bullish movement. There is a doji. Okay, so this is some people call it a hidden order. Chances are at this level, the market is gonna react. It reacts with what? With the bullish momentum, because this movement here was bullish. Let me show you what I mean. This movement here was bullish. Okay, so after the bullish movement, the 50% level is around here, right at the doji candle. So what we expect, looking left, expecting the same reaction here. What type of a reaction? The price is more likely going to touch this level and then go further towards that level. So touch this level. Okay. So now I think now it's clear. We can remove the Fibonacci, but we can just mark the zones with horizontal lines. Okay, you can just remove Fibonacci. So now I'm gonna mark it so that can be clear for everyone. So I've basically marked this candle, this point of a candle as my high, and I'm gonna mark that as my high because I'm expecting when the market touch there, it's gonna make a drop to complete a cycle. Okay. All right. So even this movement here is almost like a compression. Okay, a compression is like when the price start doing this, you know, like a staircase. Staircase, what people call it, e-daybase, you know, like a staircase, like this one here. So what the price is doing here, what the market is doing here, is basically trapping traders. People that are buying, it goes up, the price drop, people start selling, it goes up, traders will buy, some traders in the market will drop, some traders will sell, the price goes up. It's not really moving aggressive in one direction. So when it reaches at this point, because there was a huge bullish momentum, you expect the price to touch here, break with a big candle dropping down, then move towards a big candle going up, clearing out of all of these stop losses that are around here. Okay. Also, if you understand things that people call it a flag, so this is a very nice big flag. This is also an you know, a flag. A flag is like this. You've got this part here, which is almost like a flag of any country. Then you've got a pole that is moving up. Okay. So a flag is like this most of the time. Obviously, you got this part, which is what? A square, flag of any country. Then you've got a pole. Pole is like this. Just remove this. So this will be like your pole. You remove this also. Okay, so this is what is happening in this area here. So you've got something like a flag here. So this area here is like a flag. And then you've got this here, which is like your pole. Okay. What normally happens, this zone is a zone where a lot of traders are trapped here, buyers and sellers. Then suddenly the price touch. Okay. Okay. I hope that is clear. The info about the flag is clear, no? Okay. I think we did explain here the US30 that this was a fake out. So after a fake out, and also this one here is some sort of a compression building up towards that area over there. So that's the area. If you go on the daily charts, you can see the area that we are concerned about is this area here. See what's happening here. Connection. So that is the area that we are concerned about regarding this one here. Regarding US30. I think we did say this is a fake out zone. And you can see this area here. This area is compression. Okay, so after this fake out here, we had compression. So this was a fake out, and then we had compression around here. So I will expect the price to touch this level here, and then possible make a drop. Okay, so touching this level here, making a drop. Why am I saying that? Is because the market here, because this area here. Okay, so this area of influence. Okay, the market touched this area, touched this point, and so it touched this point and this point, and it broke above, came back, drop, come back, retest. So this is the first retest. So the first retest after this huge drop. So this is the first retest after this huge drop. So this was a huge drop.